So I don't often pat myself on the back unironically, for being a genius. But let me show you something. Last time I had this tent set up, this wall right here attracted and collected water. And so I had to reinforce it with blankets and stuff. I talked about this in a long form. So what I did is where I dug out to level out the hill, I just left, and actually it goes deep under this part of the tent. So it shouldn't ever get wet. But you can see down here at the foot, I am going to have that problem down there at the foot still, because that's not protected by the weatherproofing that I have. So I might still need to go and invest in a couple of tarps and put them at the ends, the caps, where my head and where my feet are, to keep them dry. But otherwise, like I've got my shoes outside my tent in what they call the vestibule, and it's working because the water isn't collecting up here on the slope like it was. I created an artificial, I don't know, canal or something, like a dam. I don't know. I made a hill. I accentuated the hill so that the water wouldn't collect in pockets or pool under my tent and then seep up through the fabric as the heat of the day changed. And so, like, what I'm trying to tell you is that monastics, people like me, we have to have a very wide variety of knowledge bases. So there's a reason, you may not know this, but there's a reason that early medieval Europe, what you think of as late medieval and modern Europe, the most of the settlement that happened in the early Middle Ages was actually being done by monastics. People like me taking a tent or building a little cottage out in the woods to worship their god, and then people realizing that, well, fuck, this guy knows a shitload more than we do about how to survive in this environment. Let's just go live where he lives and talk to him, and he'll teach us how to survive. How did Europeans survive in North America, guys? It wasn't by being adaptable, it was by being instructable.